Welcome back to episode 10 of Operation Space Panda. We are going into part 2, the little victory lap we take around the ship every single time.
Sir, the decrypted adjutant is back in the lab and ready to go.
Well, old girl, we dug you up on Tarsonis. Were you online during the Zerg attack? Do you remember anything about Arcturus Mengs being involved?
Mengs, Arcturus, ex-Confederate officer, civilian prospector, founder and leader of the Sons of Korhal terrorist group. Status, criminal. Accessing intercepted transmission 0081 to 0086 Alpha.
This is Duke. The emitters are secured and online.
Who authorized the use of psi emitters?
I did, Lieutenant.
What? The Confederates on Antigua were bad enough, but now you're gonna use the Zerg against an entire planet? This is insane!
She's right, man. Think this through.
I have thought it through. Believe me. You all have your orders. Carry them out. I will not be stopped. Not by you, or the Confederates, or the Protoss, or anyone. I will rule this sector, or see it burnt to ashes around me.
Holy... I can't believe it. We can nail Mengs to the wall with this.
Very nostalgic. So all of that is audio straight from StarCraft 1. I also like how the adjutant changes the LED behind the eyes to indicate that she's speaking for a different character now. Let's see what Hansen has to say on this.
I can't believe it. That recording proves it's all true. Mengsk, Tarsonis, all of it. What will you do now?
Tell the people. Every man, woman, and child in the Dominion needs to know what their beloved Emperor is capable of.
The backlash will be awful. There'll be riots and uprisings everywhere. But that's just what you want, isn't it?
It's a start.
Oh, don't go philosophizing on me. Can't leave a tyrant like Minsk in place. Let's see, actually, what Mink's own personal brand of Fox News is up to.
Emperor, much has been written in regards to the tragic fall of Tarsonis. Toloski's investigative documentary, Imperial Dawn, even claims that you brought down the Confederate system by assuring Tarsonis' fall.
I've heard these conspiracy theories before, but the fact remains. The Zerg invaded Tarsonis en masse, and no force in the universe could have stopped their onslaught. It was a very terrible day.
Toloski's film highlights the seeming convenience of the aliens annihilating a corrupt government that you yourself spent a lifetime trying to overthrow.
Millions died that day, and you speak to me of convenience? Yes, I strove against the evils of the old Confederacy, but never with the object of personal gain. When I was called upon to take up the heavy burden of leadership, I did so only to ensure our continuing survival as a species.
Striking words from the Emperor himself. Up next, Zerglings allergic to lemon juice? Old wives' tale? Or new super weapon in the fight for humanity?
I forgot about that one, the lemon juice thing. Huh. Yeah, it was very convenient, wasn't it? Convenient also that Zerg are attracted to psi emitters. Oh well.
I gotta know, just what was it went down between you and Mengsk? Seems you boys were tight once.
I used to think Mengs be a force for change. Fought alongside him right up until Tarsonis. That's where he crossed the line, by using Zerg to murder the whole planet. He left Kerrigan there to die because she called him out on it. Turned out he was just as rotten as the Confederacy ever was.
Damn. You sure know how to pick your friends, Jimmy.
More than you know. More than you know. Didn't actually end up planting any spider mines. I should have. That was really dumb during that mission. Nice cheap way to get rid of a lot. Spider mines belong to a very small category of technology that came from old Earth and survived the crash with the supercarriers. Terran Marines are famously mistrustful of the spider mines' IFF sensors. In 2499, Tersonis-based John Pictures released Spider-Mines 4 Death from Below, continuing a franchise about Spider-Mines that achieved sentience and turned on their human creators. It was the last holo in the series. And they are freaky little blighters. And that's before you even take into account Widow Mines.
Those goofy mercs are still using vultures, can you believe it? Damn things are death traps, even when you ain't got people shooting at you.
Careful now, Swan. My old vulture saved my skin more times than I care to remember. I ain't gonna listen to you trash talk a classic piece of engineering like that.
Classic? I suppose you can call them that. Of course, most folks like a bike that don't explode on them when the repeller seals freeze up, or the fuel cells start leaking radioactive waste. But hey, who cares if it's a classic, right?
No one likes a smart-ass, Swan.
I like a smart ass. Specifically, I like Swan. Vultures. Yeah. That's pretty nice. And not having to rebuild your vultures when they're done planting mines is nice. But I prefer my defensive lines to be a bit more static. Because I'm lazy, let's be frank, that's what it is. Dual fusion welder seems like a good pick, but maybe later. Any research updates? No. Then it's...
If Mirahan calls, I'm just busy.
They are such a cute couple, though. Well, now we get back to 4 choices again. Meinhof, New Folsom, but a new choice added, Valhalla, which gives us our first flying unit, the Wraith. Wraiths are pretty good at air-to-air combat and can shoot ground. They're not very good at it, but the fact that they also can stealth makes them pretty neat. Let's see. Mission objective, steal the Odin. This is pretty amusing. A lot of money, bunch of Zerg research.
The decrypted adjutant contains records proving Mengsk ordered the massacre on Tarsonis. Now we just need to broadcast those records. Mirahan gave us a tip that might help. The Dominion is unveiling a new war machine called the Odin on Korhal. If we hijack the Odin, we can use it to gain access to the UNN studios and broadcast the records of Mengsk's war crimes. The Odin is currently in the testing facility on Valhalla.
Yeah, the Valhalla testing facility. That's a pretty fun mission. But again, I want to remind the person in charge that there's also, of course, Zerathul's crystal that he's very insistent on us seeing. Though all of these things are fun little toys to add to the arsenal. This mission is just kind of fun. There's plenty of fun to be had on Valhalla and New Folsom. The crystal would give us something different, though. And then again, here we get our first flying unit. I think we finally get to also tech up to tier 2 weapons and armor, which would be nice with the Protoss research that I got. To really increase the attack speed of everything. So it's going to be a tricky choice. In the end, however, we are going to do everything until we get to a planet called Char, at which point Char is the only planet that I will not go to until we finished everything else. You'll find out why later. So yeah, with that said, happy picking, and until the next episode. Boop!